What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Loft discs, not sure how to say that, neon. Now, you might have seen Iceberg TV. I think Bedanza did a video on these, and this is one of the newest overstable approach discs to hit the market, and it's safe to say it's in a league of its own. At least almost. The closest comparison has got to be either the Berg or the Berg X, as I have here, because if you look at it, it's literally an upside down pop top. It's the most puddle top disc we've ever seen. Today we're gonna be out here comparing the Neon to the Berg X, and then, as always, the Zone.
Well, there's three keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all three to do this disc sport.
Quick shout out to Iceberg TV for hooking me up with one of these to try out. This is gonna be my absolute first impressions here. We're gonna throw the Berg X in the Zone first, get a couple warm-up throws in. Oh, knocked the rust off, guys. We literally just stepped out of the van. Ooh, give it some height. God, that thing just drops. The Neon, based on the few flights I've seen of it when Dylan has thrown it, it's the type of disc that flies kind of like a Berg. You throw it hard, it looks like you're going 50 deep, and then all of a sudden it just drops onto the basket. Oh, look at that. Right away, I was like, oh, that went way further than the Berg did. And then at the end of the flight, instead of keep pushing, fell out of the sky. So over the last year or so, Loft Disc has put out a few interesting molds. I feel like their plastic is very nice. It feels very premium, very durable. Not that I've thrown any enough to like beat them in, but it feels great. This disc that they just put out could potentially be giving the Berg a run for its money. Now, is it a disc that I'll use? Probably not. You guys know my opinion on the Berg, but it could finally give some competition to the Berg in terms of that zero glide, goes nowhere, overstable approach disc that you can just rely on to sit next to the basket. So Sigmund Tool Company sent me out a Rangefinder maybe a month and a half ago. It only measures meters though, no feet, which here in America we use feet, but I guess, you know, you can do some quick math. Let's see, 69 yards to that basket right there. Do some quick math. 140 to 210, 210 feet-ish out from that basket right there. We're gonna be hitting these on a little flex backhand into this left to right wind. We'll go Zone first. And this is a relatively new Zone. That's probably 35 deep. Berg. The Berg, I will give it props where it holds dead straight. When you put it on that little nose up flex, that thing does not really move off the line. The Neon. Oh, I hit the tree. I feel like the Berg and the Neon, very similar in terms of the lack of glide. They are not going anywhere. Where they're different is I think the Neon is actually gonna fade out at the end and stall, whereas the Berg kind of stalls and just sits flat. All right, we're looking at 65 yards out, so once again, kind of at that 200-foot mark. We're gonna be throwing these on hyzer, just hanging them straight in there. We got a headwind coming right at us, so we're gonna see how they hold up to the headwind. Nothing too crazy, probably just like 10 miles an hour. We'll go Zone first once again. Go in. And that just dies. Berg nerd, you better be trying out one of these Neons. So now we're gonna see how far these things go. We got a 345-foot hole. Basket's dead straight out there. The trees are probably 40, 50 feet short of the basket. So obviously we got to get through the trees, but we got to get to the trees first. I'm going to hit these all on a slight flex backhand. Okay, so the Zone's pretty much perfect. That's maybe 10 feet short, but like 20 feet right. If you saw my original Berg X video, I think I threw this like 269 feet. Hold. You know, that was a pretty good flight, but didn't even get to the trees. Let me range these trees quick and see how far out they are. 97. Yeah, so like I said, 345, about 50 feet short. The Neon, I don't know. I don't think this will even go as far as the Berg did. Oh yeah, that is, what the, what? That was so weird. It went laser beam straight. Right in the mid-flight, it looked like it was just gonna, you know when you throw a tilt and then halfway through the flight it just goes boom and dumps left? I swear it looked like it was gonna do that and just stalled dead straight. Well, the Neon went a little bit further than the Berg X, probably got 10, 15 feet on it. So right about at that 300-foot mark. I think this will be the new debate of do you bag the Berg X? I kind of categorize them as the same. I don't think they're different enough to be called a different disc, honestly. Or do you bag the Neon? That's the question. Because based on today's research, they're almost the same. I feel like if you wanted to get a little more skip out of a disc, the Neon would be the way to go. It's shaped a little more like your traditional disc. It's a little bit more shallow, feels a little bit comfier in the forehand grip to me. I don't know, very similar, guys. Berg, Neon, zones up by the basket. About 80 meters out from the basket right here, 240-ish feet. We're gonna put these things on another just pure hyzer. I really wanna see how the Neon compared to the Berg X fights out to the left. We're gonna go power grip on this round, get a little more snap into them. We're going zone first for the baseline. God, that thing goes nowhere. It goes close to the basket though, guys. See how that thing just like, I feel like it just, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? When you throw a tilt and it goes and then like 50 feet away from you, it just goes, it tilts up, tilts, tilts down, I guess. That's what the Neon does. It's still, I don't know, I think because of the lack of the glide, it doesn't actually get further left, but it looks like it's gonna be more stable. Obviously, the zone just glided out way left. The Berg pretty much just went and sat. The Neon flew, it almost landed on top of the Berg. So the result was basically the same, but the Neon flight looked like it was just gonna hook left, but it just fell out of the sky. Negative glide issues, problems, I don't know what you want to call it. I would very closely, I would say the Neon is the second coming of the Berg for sure. Definitely the closest comparison on the market. If you're a fan of the Berg, try out a Neon. It might be something you're looking for as well. If you want the flight of the Berg, but you hate the Berg and the idea of one, try out a Neon maybe, I don't know. They seem to go pretty much the same distance. I would say on every throw, the Neon got the Berg by like 5 feet. Obviously, who knows if I'm throwing them the same, but it just happened to be that way. Well, guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for that one. Loft Neon, solid frisbee, does Berg things, to be completely honest. Go check one out if you want, I guess. Real quick, guys, I used a different lens. If you're familiar with cameras at all, I usually shoot on an 18-105 power zoom with in-body stabilization. I'm currently shooting on a 16-50 kit lens that does not have in-body stabilization. So if you noticed it all while I was walking and talking while holding the camera, let me know, did it look any like worse? Because technically it should be a little shakier because this lens is a lower quality, but unfortunately not many people maybe know this. I did mention it in a couple videos. The like 23rd video of Vlogmas, I actually broke my camera lens. The like housing that clips it into the camera, like camera fell, broke, not like completely obliterated, but broke it off a little, but I just like screwed it back in and I've been using it. If you've noticed, when my zoom pulls in on the screen, it's not very clear. It's a little bit more blurry. That's the one thing I've noticed about my old lens. So today I tried out this kit lens, which they're not the best, but if you know how to utilize it, it shouldn't be too bad. So let me know what you thought about the quality of this. Maybe it looked better. We do have a beautiful overcast day today, so camera quality is always gonna look better. But yeah, let me know if you noticed the difference. It is a little bit wider as well. It's a 16 rather than 18, and I'm usually shooting, you know, not really zoomed in at all. So a little bit wider angle here. Maybe you liked it better, maybe it looked a little worse. Let me know what you think. Guys, thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.
And right here, I have a frisbee bag. It holds all my frisbees, the ones I like.